Yes. Wait, so you won't book me if I don't bring my cat? Are you shitting me right now? It's a comedy. He's the star. Okay, listen. No, I don't. His representatives reached out to you first? Wow. So you're not going to book me for a show if I don't bring Oliver. Well, I tell you what. Go fuck yourself. I'm not going to be second fiddle to this fucking cat anymore, okay? I gotta go. I'm doing a show. All right, bye. Jesus. What's up, deckheads? How are you, man? I hope you guys had a good weekend. Welcome to Barry on Deck. This is episode number 20. We're doing it big, man. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm Barry Lebischak. Thank you guys for showing up. Like I said, I hope you had a good weekend, man. We've got a lot to get to. Now, I will tell you. Oh, look, Dallas, bro. Hey, I got right off the bat. I love this shit. Dallas, new viewer. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you for being here, man. Thanks for checking out the show. Give it 2 weeks. If you don't like it, I get it. But just, stick around for a little while. Listen, so much to get to. Whole lot of shit going on. Lots to talk about. Sports-wise, entertainment-wise, show-wise. Crazy day, crazy morning already for me. I had a whole week lined up. Somebody on the Discord server was asking about who's on the show. I was like, it's Kelly, Eco, this, that. Well, Kelly couldn't make it today. So, I got your boy, fan favorite Mike Lebischak back in the house, joining me in hour number 2 at 3 o'clock for the show. Stick around for that. Mike's got, we have differing opinions on the MLB season that is to be, and who's at fault here? Well, the players or the owners. So Mike and I are going to get into that. We'll probably talk some UFC as well. I'm going to break down some UFC. I promised you guys last time that I would watch it. I did just that. I watched UFC 250. I was surprised how good the card was. I really was. That was pretty cool. So we'll get into that and a whole lot more. I do want to start off though. Couple of shout outs. Let me give some chat shout outs here first. Got Chris Householder. What's up, homie? Josh Fernandez is here. Fidel Limon. Yo, you look pretty slick in the shirt, Fidel. I'm not gonna lie. You're a handsome man. Virginia Buttonweed. What's up, dude? What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Walt, my peoples. What's up, Walt? Alex Villanueva's in the house. Crystal. Somebody's got a birthday this week, Crystal. Y'all, Friday it's going down. It's Crystal's birthday. We got to do something special. Donna, what's up, my love? How are you, sweetie? I'm sorry about your shirt. I'm going to get you a new one, I promise. Keith, what's up, dude? How goes it, man? Golfer Jay's in the house. Jeremy Binniger. By the way, I do got to give a shout out to Jeremy and Luis Zelaya, our chat moderators. They're over there making sure you guys don't say anything like stupid or racist or anything like that. And they get it deleted and they make sure that we don't have any spammers because that happens too. So appreciate Jeremy and Luis doing a great job moderating the chat every day. Michael Thurber. What's up, dude? He said protest discussion whole show. Nah, not doing that. We got plenty to get to. If it comes up, it'll come up, but no. Brandon Martinez is in the house, man. Everybody's here. I thank you guys for being here. And of course, welcome to our new viewers, new listeners, and new deckheads. Thank you all. TJ, I see you, homie. What's up, man? Who else is in here? Sandoval's in here. What's up? Tiffany. Hi, sweetie. Jennifer. All the ladies are in the house. I love it. Thank you guys for being here, man. We're going to have a good time. Now, couple of show updates before we continue. So, as you guys know, we have a Discord server where you guys can hang out and talk. And also, I have the Patreon. And I put a vote up on the Patreon about what you guys think of a shot glass. I'm going to do a shot glass, and this is the winner. So I had a frosted shot glass, and I had these shot glasses, and the patrons voted. So this will be something that we're going to put together, and those will eventually happen. So I thought that was kind of cool. Somebody asked, can we get Oliver on here? I might make that happen. All right, so we may end up where it says #deckhead. I may put Oliver in the middle there, between either above or below or on the deck head. So we're going to make that happen. Did I see Juggalo Trey's in the house? What's up, Juggalo Trey? So patrons voted. This is the shot glass we're going to go with. That was pretty dope. I like it. I dig it. If you want one, I'm going to use them for giveaways, but you can buy them. Speaking of buying them, the stickers that I gave out, those are on the site now. Go to barryondeck.com. You can buy the stickers if you want. And also, this is done. Nope, where'd it go? Right here. Look at this shit. This guy, this sumbitch. So, as part of joining the Patreon, at the huge deckhead level, part of what you get for joining is a picture of Oliver. And I finally got around to taking the picture of Oliver, and this is it. And yeah, he's the big star of this show, apparently. So this is what you'll get in your package. If you are at the huge deckhead level, then if you'll notice here, I got the levels for you, but you see on the right over there, it says official Barry on Deck drawstring bag, 20% off all merch, and a picture of Oliver. Plus you get all the $2 and $5 tier. So yeah, if you're a huge deckhead on Patreon, this is all ready to go and it's going to be shipped out this week. In fact, when this show is over, I'm going to pick up the photos and then I'm going to come back and start putting together the mail outs for the huge deckhead level. So on the way, don't worry. And no, I won't be smuggling any catnip in your deliveries. I don't want anybody going to jail. So that's, wait a minute. Oh, hold on, bro. Now listen, Dr. Dre. I'm not a big fan of Oliver because of the limelight that he's stealing from me, but I'm not going to have any Oliver slander, okay? You can't be calling him gay. He's finding himself, bro. He's finding himself. Dallas wants to know what kind of cat. He's not gay, Dallas, okay? Don't let these assholes in this chat. He has a bit of a lisp. He meows. He goes meow. But he's just finding himself, all right? So the rest of these assholes, they're dicks, all right? Don't listen to them. All right. What else? I think that's it. Yep, the stickers are up there. We're almost to 100 on the Patreon. If you want to join, you want to support, you want to maybe get your picture of Oliver, you can do that. Just go to patreon.com/Barry on Deck. You can join. That's it. That's enough plugs. Let's get down fucking to it now. All right. Oh, by the way, I should warn you, Dallas, if you're new or anybody else, I curse a little. Yeah, I curse. So that happens. All right. Now, UFC 250 happened this weekend. Who watched it? Did anybody pay for it? They were asking on the Discord server, was it worth it? And I got to be honest with you. I looked at the card. It seemed okay. It didn't seem like a lot of great matchups, but I'll tell you what, I certainly did not expect to see those kinds of knockouts that you guys saw at UFC 250. That shit was bananas. Okay, Crystal. Thank you for the super chat, sweetie. Good week off, right? Crystal says, curse a little. Okay, I curse a lot. That's what, I mean, we're all adults here, right? Put it, if you're at work, there should be some sort of warning, like, hey, if you're at work, have some headphones in or some shit. But, yeah, so Hip Hop Hercules. It was a good card. It was actually better than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie. And if you want, I got the full results here. I tell you what, we can start off by talking about the fact that Sean O'Malley's striking is bananas. Is it not? That dude, you know what he reminds me of a little bit? He reminds me a little bit. And not because the Irish O'Malley and all that, but he reminds me a little bit of Conor McGregor when McGregor was coming up in the UFC. There's a little bit of that in him because McGregor was a very dynamic striker. You saw it and you were like, wow, he's going to be tough to handle. I kind of got that sense watching Sean O'Malley fight. That dude's striking is crisp. He's fast. He's going to be a load to deal with. And that was a big statement win for him. Big statement win. The Neil Magny fight was okay. I mean, it was, yeah. But that Aljamain Sterling fight, I tell you what, Aljamain Sterling, it's his turn. He's proven everything he needs to prove. And I know he's been around for a while, but I think he got to put some people on notice because this was a big thing for the bantamweights, right? You had 3 different bantamweight fights with O'Malley and Wineland and then Aljamain Sterling and Cody Sandhagen and then, of course, the Cody Garbrandt fight. But this was kind of figuring out what's going on in the bantamweight division in the UFC. And I think all 3 of these cats, Garbrandt, Sterling, and Sean O'Malley, made a case for themselves. And I don't expect Sean O'Malley to be right away contending. They're going to test him now. He's going to get more tests. He's going to get more opportunities to prove himself. But I will say this. He had a really good showing on a card that featured other bantamweights. And if it weren't for Cody Garbrandt's knockout, holy shit, Sean O'Malley would be the talk of the UFC right now. You heard on the broadcast, they were like, that was the cleanest knockout and walk away they had ever seen. And it was nasty. It was really nasty. But then here comes Cody Garbrandt. And holy shit. Okay. If I'm being honest, that should have never landed. That knockout should have never landed because he telegraphed that punch so bad. That just kind of shows you how slow Rafael Sunzao is, because there's no reason that punch lands. When you dip back like that and pause, and that shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have happened at all. But it did, and it was freaking nasty. And John Parker said, "Who got the bonuses?" Thank you for the super chat, John Parker. That's a good question, dude. Let me Google that. UFC 250 bonuses. Let's see what we got here. It looks like Amanda Nunes and Cody Garbrandt got the bonuses. Yep. Let's see here. The champ had to go all 5 rounds. She also topped the UFC fighter list. Oh, damn. Amanda Nunes got $450K for that fight. Damn. Speaking of that fight, I'm still trying to find the bonuses here, but it looks like, yeah, Amanda Nunes and Cody Garbrandt, tower over UFC. Oh, that's the payroll. Let's see. Where's the bonuses at? Where the fuck is the bonuses? Could they make this any harder to find? Nothing. Look at this shit. I'll look it up. I'll find it at a break. But, oh, yeah. Devin Clark got a, nope. No. That's not it. Those are just the win bonuses. Don't see it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Garbrandt got the performance of the night bonus. That's all I can find. All right, sorry. That was way too much time spent. Dead air. I will say this about that main event fight with Amanda Nunes, and she's a good person, because that Nunes Felicia Spencer fight, there's no reason that should have gone 5 rounds. You got to give a ton of credit to Felicia Spencer for being tough as nails. I mean, the fact that she was able to go 5 full rounds with Amanda Nunes, it was something special. The problem is, though, in that 5th round, Nunes kind of let her off the hook. If you notice, she laid on her. She just kind of, she let off the gas pedal. She didn't have to do that until about 10 seconds left. Then she let her know, hey, I could still whoop you if I wanted to. But I felt like that was pretty cool of Amanda Nunes to take her foot off the pedal and go easy in that 5th round. She obviously didn't have to, but she really had nothing else to prove. Like, there was no reason for her to have to keep doing it like that. Like, oh, Lebischak's in the house. What's up, homie? He's going to be on in the 2nd hour. He said there was no fight of the night. 4 fighters each got performance of the night. Okay. That's good to know. So, yeah, and I agree, Chris. Spencer did get bodied. But I tell you what, she's tough as shit, though. Like, you think about how many punches she absorbed from maybe the greatest female fighter of all time, one of the greatest fighters of all time. I did see an article which I thought was really good where they said, forget female, Amanda Nunes is one of the greatest fighters of all time. And it's true. She has literally wiped out 2 divisions in the UFC. The best of the best when it comes to fighters. And we all thought Ronda was it. And then she got her head kicked off by Holly Holm. And, everybody was talking about Cyborg. Listen, Amanda Nunes is the real fucking deal. There's no doubt about it. She is one of the greatest fighters of all time. Forget gender. When you watch her striking, when you watch her ground game, there's nothing she can't do in a cage. Unbelievable, man. And the fact that she kind of eased up a little bit, I thought spoke volumes about the kind of person she is. And I thought it was kind of cool when she put the belt on her. I don't know if you guys saw that at the end, but she threw the belt over Felicia Spencer's shoulder, and that might have been the greatest part of the whole night for Felicia Spencer. She actually got to touch the belt for a second because, like Joe Rogan said, that's as close as anybody's ever going to come to touching that belt for a while, as long as Amanda Nunes is healthy. But I tell you what, who did you guys think was the better knockout? Cody Garbrandt? I don't know why I keep saying it like that. Fuck, that's Cody Garbrandt or Sean O'Malley. It's a tough call for me between Garbrandt and O'Malley because both of them had their different, like, Cody Garbrandt's knockout shouldn't have happened. It came at this last second, 4:59 in the round. He telegraphed the shit out of it. He wound up like a Bugs Bunny punch. But it was so nasty. And when you heard DC talking about the fact that Rafael Assunção went face down, you really don't see that a lot in MMA. That dude was face down, so that was pretty nasty. But I tell you what, Sean O'Malley with the feint and then the knockout and didn't even pursue it. Didn't have to go in for some ground and pound. He knew right away that shit was it. Turned around and walked out. So I have, if I had to choose, I would probably go, it's tough, but I would probably have to pick Cody Garbrandt because 1 second left in the round and the way that he still landed it, it was pretty fucking disgusting, that knockout. But I mean, Sean O'Malley is legit. Yeah, it is hard to judge, Alex. I'm with you on that. Let's see what some of the chatters are saying. Yes, Jorge Nunez could beat all of us up. Let's see. Yep, Chris Reyes says Sean O'Malley. Cody Christopher says Cody, given it was literally a bell ringer. That's a fact, too. Hip Hop Hercules, Cody, because he threw everything, including the kitchen sink, into that punch. Facts. Who was your GOAT in the UFC? The Real White Magic wants to know. Who's your GOAT in the UFC? Oh, man. As much as I do not want to say it, White Magic, as much as I dread saying this, if you ask me to pick who I think the greatest fighter of all time in UFC history is, no, not Tito Ortiz, Jorge. Not Tito Ortiz. It's John Jones. Absolutely, Hip Hop Hercules. It's John Jones. You say what you want about all the other shit that he does, being an awful human being. No one. All right, Charles, where are my moderators? Somebody ban Charles Garza. CM Punk. Bro, I won't make a better joke today. GSP, here's the problem though, dude. Christopher, an underrated mess. GSP was good, but he would just wrestle fuck people. Like, there was no submission game at all. In fact, I made a meme a long time ago when he was winning where I was like, if GSP ever quits the UFC, he'll never be able to get a job because he can't even submit an application. That's how little ground game he had when it come to jiu-jitsu. It wasn't great. GSP is up there as one of the all-time greats. GOAT, though? Greatest of all time? It's got to be John Jones. Mike, Tank Abbott. Tank Abbott may be the fan favorite of all time. GOAT, though? No. Yeah, not Conor. Conor had too many holes in his ground game. John Jones, no holes in his striking. Is it Greco-Roman wrestling? His wrestling is legit. Takedown defense is legit. Dirty boxing. Ground game is good. Not great, but good. Good enough to survive. Yeah, and White Magic, this was a tough one, man, because I really wanted to put Anderson Silva in there because in his heyday, scariest dude in MMA was Anderson Silva. But he did have some holes in his game too. They all do, but I'm gonna go John Jones. And some of y'all's answers, Kimbo Slice. Okay, you're banned. Somebody said Brock Lesnar. No, Jorge with the AJ. No, you guys, God bless you. This is not you guys. Hey, Mike's got a good point here. If you're a UFC fan, Royce Gracie did change the game a little bit. He defined the game, actually. Royce Gracie defined what the UFC was going to be. So you got to give him props to that. Fuck off, Virginia Buttonweed. Sage Northcutt. Prettiest MMA fighter of all time. Best looking MMA fighter of all time, Sage Northcutt. And Sage is a great dude. I know Sage. Awesome guy. Not going down as the greatest of all time. Ken Shamrock. Yeah, Clarence. Good brawler. Just didn't, I wouldn't put him up there as one of the greatest. Habib. Eric, he hasn't done it enough, and he hasn't been as dominant as he needs to be for as long as he needs to be for me to call him the greatest. But all right, and Dr. Dre on 290 is banned. Dada 3000, get the fuck out of here. Hey, listen, you bullshitting, but Amanda Nunes really might go down as the GOAT. If she keeps doing what she's doing, she has literally wiped out 2 divisions. I can see her going up another weight class and wiping that division out too, just because there are no fights left. Don't sleep on that, all right? She's 35, 45. She could go up to 55. Absolutely, she could put more weight on that frame and go up there. She should fight dudes. I don't give a shit. Amanda Nunes is something special, man. Something special. Boy, it feels good to talk MMA again. I haven't done that in a minute. I got burned out on MMA with the Cage Door, covering it all the time and trying to do all that. But boy, felt good to watch it. It felt good to see it. Crew Bob had me all hyped up. So yeah, by the way, the Crew Bob video, if you're wondering, they won't let me run ads on it because we talked fighting. And come on, YouTube, get your shit together. It ain't that serious, bros. All right, that's a little UFC talk for you. Before we continue with some of the sports, I do want to tell you about my good friends over at Hemp Vita. Folks, if you are not on the CBD bandwagon, you need to check it out. If you've got inflammation, if you've got pain, insomnia, anxiety, seizures, if you just need to relax, this is what CBD has been known to help with in a lot of us, including myself. I take CBD. I have gummies, and I take them to help me sleep at night because, I don't sleep well. Now, the cool thing about Hemp Vita is, number one, is they use cannabinoids that are organically grown in the U.S., so you don't have to worry about that. None of their products have THC in them, so you don't have to worry about getting popped for a drug test. They're dedicated, all natural wellness products is their thing. That's what they do, and they're here for you. And look, I've tried it. My wife, I gave her the gel because she has ankle problems. She didn't have ankle problems. When her ankles start to hurt, she put some gel on it. She told me it works just fine. And the cool thing is my mom's shoulder issues. She told me the lotion worked fine. And CBD isn't just for people. You can get it for your pets too. If your dog or cat's scared of thunder, Oliver's a little scared of thunder. I'm going to get him some CBD, put that in there. Our old cat that passed away, he was suffering from arthritis his last 6 months of his life. We gave him CBD, really helped his quality of life. So consider that as well. All that you can find and more at hempvitacbd.com. That's hempvitacbd.com. When you get there, make sure you put Deckhead15 as your promo code. That's going to save you 15% right off the top. Go check it out. If you want to try CBD, now's a good time to save a little money in the process. That's Hemp Vita at hempvitacbd.com. All right, cool. Now, I don't know if you guys, by the way, chat was getting litty. And I like seeing this. Got Chris Householder getting his gummies today. Tiffany got her gummies on Saturday. They're not bad. They actually taste good, right? I was super surprised because sometimes that can be hit or miss how CBD gummies taste. They're legit. Jorge Franco, was anybody get their CBD order? I know a lot of folks started getting them in, and if you did order, thank you. And if you haven't, get on it. Especially if you know somebody with arthritis, man, get that lotion or that gel. It can really help. Patrick Randall, CBD actually helps me sleep. Y'all need to get on that. Totally agree. Tiffany, I took 2 and went lights out. I'm so glad to hear that because, you worry sometimes because everybody's going to be affected differently by it. It's no cure-all, but man, I have had good results with it. And yeah, Dr. Duran290 said, I'm subject to drug testing as a trucker. Well, Hemp Vita, no THC, so you should be fine. You should be okay. All right, now, what else did I have on the sports front? Oh, but speaking of the UFC and Conor McGregor, big surprise, he's retiring again. Yeah, he said he's done. He's called it quits now for a 3rd time. Conor, just go away, bro. If you don't want to fight, don't fight. But you don't have to keep retiring and unretiring. So now he says, hey guys, I've decided to retire from fighting. Thank you for all the amazing memories. What a ride it's been. Blah, 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 blah. And then I remind you, he's done this back in 2016 and 2019. I'm surprised. He's like a comet almost. It's almost like every 3 years, the Conor McGregor retirement comet comes around. It actually did it earlier this time. I don't know if he means it, but I'll tell you what, this has become a new trend in the UFC where guys retire as a means of bargaining, as a means of negotiating. Kind of chicken shit. We'll see if that's what Conor is doing now. But, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to beg you to keep fighting, especially after some of the shit you pulled in the past out of the cage. I mean, just go, bro. Don't go away mad. Just go away. That's kind of how I see it. Just like all these shenanigans and shit, like just go away, dude. Nobody's going to be that upset. The sport will survive. The sport will go on. So, bye-bye, Conor. I don't know if you guys saw this. I found this to be pretty fascinating myself. But Jonathan Fagan had an article at Chron.com, HoustonChronicle.com, and he interviewed Tillman Fertitta. And there's a lot of really good questions and answers, because Tillman talked about a lot of the shit that you may have heard Joel and Nick and myself talking about on The Usual Suspects back in the day, or you may have heard other people talking about when it comes to Fertitta and being cheap and not wanting to pay the luxury tax. He absolutely said, listen, if I could write a check for a championship, I would do that, but I can't. I have no problem paying the luxury tax. I have no problem paying for players. Let's see if that's true. Because, just this past year, he talked about the fact that he did not want to go into the luxury tax if he didn't have to. We don't know if that's true, but according to this, that's what he said. Now, here's a quote, and a question and a quote. So the question is obviously from Jonathan Fagan, and this is Tillman's answer. This is in regards to Mike D'Antoni and his future with the Rockets. So the question was, and the evaluations in the offseason will be the same as after any other season because of the weirdness that's gone on. I think I have one of the NBA's great coaches in Mike D'Antoni, and this is Fertitta's answer. And I think I have one of the best basketball ops groups, Daryl and his whole team. Personally, I love Mike, but I'm going to leave it up to the general manager. I surely would like to have Mike back. If Daryl wants to have Mike back, I'm sure Mike is going to be back. That feels different. That feels like he's changed. Because wasn't it end of last year when he said they're going to evaluate? He's going to evaluate Mike D'Antoni, and this could be his last year, that depending on what he does, and now he's changed his tune. Listen, credit to Tillman Fertitta if he's realized the error of his ways. I personally was not sold on Mike D'Antoni when he became the coach of the Houston Rockets. I was like, dude's a great offensive mind, but this team at the time really needed to play defense. They needed to learn how to play defense. He brought in Jeff Bezdelik to do that. That was a really smart move to let somebody that knows defense do that. You can't argue with the results that Mike D'Antoni has got since he's been the head coach of the Houston Rockets. I think he's winning 60% of his games, a trip to the Western Conference Finals, 2 trips to the semi-conference finals. You can't argue with those results, and that's in 4 years. Now, look, it's not championships, and I know that's the goal, but at the same time, there's something to be said for, well, you had Dwight, you had Chris Paul, you got Mike D'Antoni, you had Jeff Bezdelik, you have all these things. Now you got Russ. At some point, we're going to have to look at this and go, maybe it's James. Maybe that's the problem. I know nobody wants to believe that, but maybe that really is the problem. Maybe it's not Mike D'Antoni. I happen to think Mike D'Antoni is a really good head coach. So I props to Tillman Fertitta for coming out and letting his GM be a GM and hire and fire the coach that he wants. Props to him for, in a roundabout way, admitting he was wrong about trying to be too quick to get rid of Mike D'Antoni. We'll see how it goes. I like D'Antoni. I think he's a good basketball coach. I think he's always going to need help defensively, but that's okay. That's okay. As long as you bring in the right guys to help you, what does it matter? If they play defense, they play defense. So, I was trying to catch up on the chit chat. Yeah, Uriel says James has been the constant denominator through all this. No, that's been my point for a very long time. If you guys ever listen to The Usual Suspects, some folks got upset with me because I said, listen, the common denominator, the thing that hasn't changed over the last 5+ years is James Harden. Everything else has changed. The stars around him, the coaches, the defensive coaches, the role players, everything else has changed except for him. And I've stood by that. Maybe he's not the guy that can win you a championship. It's like when you have a quarterback that you think could get you to a Super Bowl, but if you start to see that, man, maybe this stud quarterback isn't the answer. So, props to Fertitta. Let his GM do his job. I happen to think Daryl Morey keeps him around at least for a couple more years. I would guess there's going to be a 3-year, maybe a 2-year, 3-year deal with Mike D'Antoni. But that's just my guess. But I think it's smart. I don't have a problem with keeping Mike D'Antoni. You could do worse. You could do better, but you could do worse. He competes, man. He got Dwight and James to the Western Conference Finals. That ain't bad. No, my bad. He got Chris Paul. What's his name? Kevin McHale got Dwight. That's my bad. Yeah. All right. One more thing, and then we got to get to some entertainment and video news, right? I'm working. Oh, last night I was up to like 2 a.m. working on a film study intro video. It's gonna be so dope, or not? It's probably gonna suck because I'm having to do it myself. But did you guys see this shit? Total Dallas, pay attention, homie. Pay attention, Total Dallas. Dallas, the other Dallas. Where'd you go? Pay attention, because this affects you guys. Josh. My buddy, I appreciate you, man. Josh said, I'm going to put it up there. Josh said, hit that like and subscribe, and I think Jeff Van Gundy might be the guy for James. Tougher than D'Antoni, but not a Thibodeau. It's not a bad thought. Here's my problem with Van Gundy, is he's the Mike D'Antoni of defense. Like, Jeff Van Gundy offensively might actually stunt James Harden's growth. And to be honest with you, Josh, I don't know if James Harden has it in him to play the defense that Jeff Van Gundy would expect him to play. That's part of the problem, is unless you got a guy committed and willing, and I know I saw an article, Kelly Eco, I think, wrote about the fact that Harden's doing yoga and all this other shit so that if the season and when the season starts back up, he's ready, and cool, that's great. But I don't know that any coach is going to be able to get James Harden to play legitimate NBA level defense. That's just not in his DNA. That's just not the way that dude operates. If you've got an offensive coach that can maximize what he does and does well, you see the results with Mike D'Antoni. I'm just not sold that Jeff Van Gundy would be the guy. Now, the same kind of mold with Tom Thibodeau, but there are coaches that I think could do both. But they're all taken. Those are good coaches that can get. But I'm just not even so sure that any coach on this planet is going to get James Harden to play defense. So, somebody said Real White Magic, great choice. What was White Magic's? I'm not a Mark Jackson guy. Nah. The thing about Mark Jackson for me, he's had a lot of off the court issues. If you guys don't know, look it up. Google Mark Jackson and some of his issues. Not the most respected guy in the locker room. I think some folks don't like playing for that dude, and I just don't know that he's that good of a coach to me. I mean, I don't know that Mark Jackson would get the Rockets further than Mike D'Antoni, because the Rockets won. More than anything, especially your superstars, love playing for Mike D'Antoni. That's a big part of this. In the NBA that we're in now, if your players like your coach, that's huge. And that's why you might be seeing Tillman Fertitta back off and say, oh, well, maybe I'll let Daryl do this. And Daryl's like, okay, if this is what James and Russ want, they want to play for Mike D'Antoni, then Mike D'Antoni has a job. It's a player-driven league. That's why Kevin McHale was ousted. Harden didn't like playing for him because Kevin McHale held him accountable. So that whole in the locker room thing has a lot to do with it. And Mark Jackson built the Warriors and doesn't get enough credit for it. No, I do agree with you on that, White Magic, but he also couldn't get them over the hump. Steve Kerr came in, won a championship the next year. So, all right. Good basketball talk. Man, I'm so fucking jazzed for sports, guys. I need sports in my life. I would trade. No, that's so stupid. I almost said I would give up sex for sports. Maybe. Speaking of sex, I don't know if you guys know this or not. It's not really speaking of sex, but it's speaking of lack of sex and masturbating. Let me get to this real quick. Brandon Gary with the super chat. You could get a haul for Harden, another superstar, and multiple players and or picks. Food for thought. Bro, Brandon, you don't need to sell me on it, Brandon. I'm with you. I've said it, and people call me that I was out of my fucking mind for suggesting that you trade James Harden. I absolutely would do that. The dude hasn't proven to be a winner. You've had 3 different dudes, and let's face it, even with Russ, the best they could do right now was what? What are they? The 6th seed currently? Let me hop over here. I believe they're the 6th seed. But that's basically the best that they could do, that he could do, with an MVP by his side. Yeah, 6th seed right now. That's where they're at. I'm with you, dude. This James Harden thing has been great, but if you could get young superstars, I'm just going to just throw a name out. And this is not going to happen. No way. But if you had the opportunity to trade for Zion Williams, if you could trade James for Zion and some picks, would you do it? If you could for Ja Morant, and some picks, would you do it? Hell yes, I would do it. Hell yes. I know. Call me crazy. But what has the dude done? What has he won? Do you remember a few years ago when they were getting their ass handed to him in the playoffs and he basically looked like he had given up on the sideline sitting next to Mike D'Antoni? Looked disinterested? That's your star. That's your star. So, but I'm with you. I mean, I don't sleep on that fact. You could get a mint. You could get a haul, as Brandon Gary said. You could get an absolute haul for James Harden right now. And you keep Russ, you might be better off. I know. That's probably a lot of you are thinking I'm a fucking idiot, and that's okay. Zion overrated. Maybe so. Maybe. I mean, we still need to find out. I don't know that Ja Morant's overrated, I'll tell you that. But I think Zion has the potential to be a star. Superstar, elite. Is he the next LeBron? I don't know. But I think he has potential to do that. We shall see. I think he needs to get his weight in order. That's the thing. Think about the strippers rolling. Yeah, you know what? That is true. You trade James Harden to another city, and the strip clubs in this town just go to shit. Just go to shit. 713 Hooligan says, isn't James Harden overrated? I wouldn't say he's overrated. I would say I think he's respected as a scorer. I think he's considered one of the best, if not the best, pure scorer on the planet. And I would agree with that. So I don't think he's overrated. I just think that he's not a complete superstar like some of the guys in the league that can play offense, play defense, and don't mind doing both or doing what it takes to win. And that's why you don't hear his name included in some of the all-time greats. Just because pure scoring-wise, yeah, he'll go down as one of the greatest scorers in NBA history, I think. But you got to be more than that. You got to be just more than that. Creative? Yes. Innovative? Yes. What is that translated to, though? A couple of Western Conference Finals losses. I mean, that's not bad. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather be in the Western Conference Finals, 2 out of the last 6 years than not making the playoffs. I mean, hell, it could have been Dallas for all those years. Oh, shots fired, total Dallas. What happened? Huh? What? Could have been Dallas a few years ago, but he's maintained a pretty good winning percentage as a player. Just can't get over the hump. He doesn't have that it factor to me. I don't know about that underrated mess. The new cut and in shape James might be unstoppable. He did this before when everyone made fun of his defense and the Kardashian curse and all that shit. Dude got in shape. Dude worked out. And he played well. And he won an MVP. Cool. Go do it again? I don't know. Okay. Michael Thurber. Might have to ban you. That's just dirty. Just dirty. Get out of here. Speaking of Dallas, let's get to this real quick because Michael Irvin, surprise, said some crazy shit that he probably shouldn't have said. This is Michael Irvin talking about Dak Prescott. Dak has been not great, but perfect. Not necessarily in wins and losses, of course, but I'm talking about just the person that he has been. The kind of investment you want to make. The kind of guy you say, yeah, we hit it with this guy. We got him in the 4th round. You stole 4 years, so whatever he gets, he deserves because you still owe him back pay. What? What? Why do you owe Michael Irvin back pay? What? I mean, Dak Prescott. That doesn't make any sense, Michael Irvin. What are you talking about? The dude had 4 years to prove himself. He had 4 years to play. Last year, off the charts. Wins and losses, that's kind of what it's about. What's crazy to me is that you got a player out that's like, yeah, he didn't really win. Yeah, he hasn't done great. But the numbers that he's puts up, come on, man. Look, I want to pull up Dak's numbers here. I would love to see where they rate amongst the NFL elite quarterbacks. Last year, off the charts. Unbelievable. But you got to look at body of work over 4 years. Body of work over 4 years doesn't mean that he's going to demand and get what he deserves. Or you think he deserves. Dude, it's real simple. If you produce, you get paid. That's it. Not just 1 year. In the NFL, you're not going to pay you for one great year. You've got to prove it. And Dak is not the next Brady, Charles. I'm sure you have wonderful sports takes. This was not one of them. Dak is not the... Now, I'm not going to say Dak is trash either. I think that's just your Cowboy hatred, Jorge. Dak... Oh, now we got to talk slander here, Bradley Jackson. I'm definitely not taking Dak Prescott over Deshaun Watson. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not doing that. I think Dak might be a better passer right now, but I think Deshaun Watson long-term will prove to be a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. I think Dak was in a contract year, and I think that matters. When you see these cats in their contract years put up the kind of numbers that Dak did, yeah. Talk to me in 4 more years when we look at Dak Prescott's 8-year body of work. And you're going to... No. I don't agree with Michael Irvin. I don't agree with Michael Irvin's crazy take that you stole 4 years. No, he had 4 years to prove himself with one of the best running backs in the NFL. He didn't have to do anything. He could Cadillac with Zeke on his team and the best offensive line. Put Dak Prescott behind the Texans line over the last 4 years and let me know what he does. Oh, excuse me. I had to sneeze. I don't have a sneeze button or I would have done that. You put Deshaun Watson behind that Cowboys O-line and you put Dak Prescott behind that Texans O-line and holla at me. Okay? Let me know how you think, because I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I'm not discrediting Dak Prescott as a really good NFL quarterback. I think last year he showed that he could be a really good NFL quarterback. Superstar? No. Thank you, Chris. I don't have the Rona, by the way. You guys, don't worry. Dak got that Campbell's money, though. That's true, Crystal. Dak does have that Campbell's money. He ain't worried about y'all's NFL money. He's got that Campbell's money. Okay, John Parker out here with just the worst kind of slander. That's not you. Boy, you guys are fucking off the charts in the chat. Okay, it looks like it's time. Is it time? Is it time for film session? Is it time for film session? I don't know. I still have more. Let's talk MLB. Carl Ravitch saying, no, I'm just kidding with you. I do want to get to one thing before we get into film session. Can I? Can I just do this? I know the intro is going to be fine. I really hope I don't screw up this intro, TJ. I really do. What's up, the power of oof? How are you, buddy? Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. Okay, here's the thing. Google, as you know, has incognito mode. We're going to do a little bit of sex talk, and then we're going to get to some film study, I promise. Google has this thing where you can, go incognito. And essentially, some dude that has a porn addiction invented this. I'm convinced of that. Nobody was sitting around at Google going, well, how can we're so worried about people tracking our every move. That's what Google does. They love tracking people. So whoever invented incognito mode got busted jerking off through his browser history, and his wife wasn't having that shit. And so he was like, I'm fixing this. And so he invented incognito mode. Now, that said, I don't know if you knew this or not, but they still track you in incognito mode. Google got sued for like $5 billion or something crazy like that. It was a class action lawsuit, And they owe a lot of people money, for tracking them while they were in incognito mode. So all that porn you've been watching, they still know. And how do I know they know? Check this shit out. Apparently, if you're like me, not me, but other people that look at porn through Google incognito mode, apparently, if you have a lot of tabs open, which I actually do a joke about this on stage, but I talk about the fact that you have all these tabs open because you can't make your mind up which one you want to watch. Am I the only one? Is it just me? I'll admit that. I freely admit that. If I'm watching porn, it's not just one tab, one video. What am I, savage? What am I, living in the 80s, watching this on a VHS? Hell no. You got 15 tabs open because you like bounce back and forth, right? Is that a fact? Who's with me, huh? High five. None of you sons of bitches. Y'all just sold me out. Y'all know it's true, okay? You got a bunch of tabs open because you're looking at all the porn. And thank you, Mike. Thank you. Bunch of sellout-ass dickheads. No, that's not the one I meant to put on here. This one. I need options. Exactly. You're like, maybe I want to go BBW. Maybe I want to go Asian. Maybe I'm going to go stepmom porn. That's such a weird category. Soft pork corn. Yeah, soft pork corn it is. But check this shit out. So if you open a bunch of tabs in incognito mode, and I haven't tried this, but I might try it some point this week. Google has a winky icon. If you're getting your porn on to the point where it becomes so much that you have too many tabs, apparently your icon will change to a winky face where Google's like, you dirty son of a bitch. We know what you're doing, you little nasty bastard. Keyboard's got lotion and shame all over it. We know what you're doing. Look at this. A winky face, Google? You dirty bastards. That ain't right. Okay, what is this? That's highly inappropriate, the power of oof. That seemed a little too much there. It does kind of look like Spy versus Spy, Neil. That is a fact. If you think about it, it does kind of have that Spy versus. That's the middle, but up there in the top right, that's where I'm talking about. That's where the winky face from Google is, where they're like, yeah, you're a dirty little naughty person, aren't you? Yeah. That's not the Pizza Hut logo with glasses, Lebischak. It's in the top right, guys. Am I the only one that sees the big fucking red circle with the winky face? That's the regular incognito mode in the middle that looks like it's wearing George Burns' glasses, okay? And Mike Lebischak's fedora. I'm talking about in the top right. That's the winky. God, you guys, I can't have anything around here. You know what? This is unbelievable. Let me tell you guys about my friends over at Beer Chronicle. The guys at Beer Chronicle have something special for you. If you're a beer idiot like me and you're trying to learn more about it, check out beerchronicle.com. It is the authority on Houston beer. They have the largest online collection of original content dedicated to covering the Houston beer culture. It's like nothing else. I was checking it out this weekend. It's amazing. They've photographed and done graphic designs for half of Houston breweries, including some that, just no big deal. Eighth Wonder, Edo, hundreds of articles, comprehensive brewery maps. So if you're looking for beer in the city of Houston, it is beerchronicle.com. A diverse team of mostly Houston natives. I like that they tell me mostly. Beer Chronicle paving the way to enabling category growth in the Houston beer market. Beerchronicle.com is the biggest, loudest, okayest, most Houstonist beer site on the interwebs. Veteran-owned, culturally diverse. Check them out today. Beerchronicle.com. Guys, it really is badass. I went there not knowing anything about beer, and I left a lot smarter. And I see you guys, some of you in the chats know about beerchronicle.com. It's legit, and they've promised me they're going to bring me some beer. By the way, this is just not part of the read, and I want to thank beerchronicle.com for being a sponsor of Barry on Deck. So excited to have them on board. They've got a shirt. You guys have maybe seen my We Love Houston shirt that I bought. They have one that says We Love Houston and then beer. Daddy's going to get that shirt. So they have some badass beer shirts if you want those too. Speaking of new sponsors that I would like to thank, Gotta give a shout out to my dude. You guys know him. The suspects know him as Stalker Brian, but Brian Lamb out there has a great resource for you. If you are an NFL junkie, check out NFLDraftLounge.com. It is the source for everything NFL draft related. The website features scouting reports, mock drafts, news, analysis, and more. They've already got 2021 draft analysis up on the site. They're way ahead of it. Best part is it's part of the Infinity Sports Network and provides NFL draft content to their blog as well. So they're staying on top of it for sure. They've got a podcast. In fact, I listened to it last night. Brian Lamb's coming for me. The podcast was really good. Easy listen, 16 minutes. The first one's up on the site, NFLDraftLounge.com. They've got the podcast. It's available on all your other platforms as well. Go check them out. Just take a look. You're going to dig the resources and the information. Get your NFL fix now. Visit them, NFLDraftLounge.com. That's NFLDraftLounge.com. And thank you guys for sponsoring the show. I really appreciate it, Brian. Brian's a suspect. Chris is a suspect. Go support all the Hip Vita. The guys, they're suspects. I mean, they're deckheads now. So Brian's a deckhead now. Chris is a deckhead now. They all are supporting. So you guys support them. Make sure you do. All right. We've got... Boy, we don't have much time for film study. This was all sports. That was very sportsy. Yeah, Jennifer, I'm super excited to have them all on board. BeerChronicle.com, NFL DraftLounge.com, HempVitaCBD.com. I'm blessed. We got some great sponsors that are making sure that I can keep doing the show for you guys. So, yes, that might be, that could be the case. All right. Film session. TJ, I know. I don't have much time, buddy. Here we go. This is going to be an easy one. This is going to be a quick one. I've got a better one for tomorrow. I didn't get to the Elmer Fudd story today. We got to get to that tomorrow for sure, too. But check this video out. This is pretty wild. This is pretty brutal. Did you guys... Okay. I tell you what. This gator... Now, look how they have... There's 3 dudes with this gator. They've got his legs tied, but all 4 of his legs tied. They've got his mouth taped shut. And this kid in the front. Watch this kid in the front. Watch what he says.
This is a job that I would never do.
This is a job that somebody would never do. This kid knows. I'm not wrestling with no alligator. Now, yeah, that's a good point, Terrence. That's a one-hitter quitter. That's Sean O'Malley right there. Bam! Here's the best part. Now the gator's like, yeah, pick me up. Get me eye level, hoes. Get me eye level, you dumb sons of bitches. Now right here, right there, he didn't wait 5 fucking seconds in the back of that truck before he turned around. Watch the dude's glasses. Bow! Look. You see him at the top? That dude's glasses flew. And down goes Frazier. Did you see him stumble back? Watch him stumble. Yo, I know that shit hurt so bad. He's like, oh, damn. That gator, that was the perfect get off me. If you've ever wondered about the get off me technique, if you notice, what'd the gator do? What have we learned? If you're in the streets, don't turn your back on your opponent. That gator's back was to his opponent. No, he rectified that right away. Knocked that dude straight up in the face. That dude falls. And then these other 2 are like, well, let me hold him down. No, I don't think so. Whap! Get your ass out of here. That third one was like, yeah, I'm not getting hit by this gator. And then with no legs, he still jumps out of the truck like, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. Man. The best part is if you listen to the ladies around, one of them's like, oh man, did you guys call for backup? Look at this shit. Look, watch, listen. Are you all right? First of all, fuck that dude that asked, are you all right? Yo, I just got knocked out by an alligator, bro. Am I okay? No, I'm not all right. You dumbass. I'm laying on the ground because an alligator just whooped my ass with no hands, no feet, and no mouth. No, I'm not all right. Now listen to the ladies around him. He got hit really hard. You think, lady? Look, here's the best. He's aggressive. That was my favorite part. Yeah. No shit, he's aggressive. He's a fucking alligator. Then what do you think an alligator's gonna be? He's aggressive.
You call for a...
She almost said, you want to call 911. Bitch, 911 is there. 911 just got wrecked. What are you talking about? Call 911. You better call the National Guard. This alligator just fucked up 911. Don't call 911. You better call G.I. Joe or the A-Team or some shit. 911 just got wrecked, bro. Oh, God. All right, we got to get to a break. That's your film study for the day. That alligator whooped that ass. That should have been on the pay-per-view. Now, who you got? Who you got, chat? We already discussed, did you have Sean O'Malley or Cody Garbrandt? Now, who you got? Sean O'Malley, Cody Garbrandt, or alligator? I'm going alligator. He took out 3 people. Alligator took out 3 people. With his hands tied. Let me see Cody Garbrandt do that. Tie Cody Garbrandt's hands together and see if he does that shit. That was so nasty. Oh, man. All right, we are way past due for a break. Now, I let you guys down. Normally, I try to have a new break video for you every day. I didn't make one today, so I'm going to have to recycle an old one. I found one with an old joke that I played back in May. I'm going to play it again. I'm going to get Mike Lebischak on the line coming up at 3 o'clock. We're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to be back right after this. Do not go anywhere. This is Barry on Deck. If you haven't already, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. Go hit the like button on this video. In 5 minutes, I'm back with Mike Lebischak. We're going to talk baseball. We're going to talk a whole lot of other stuff. Probably a lot of shit, too. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 5 minutes.
What is it about being with women that turns us into complete idiots when we go grocery shopping? What happens to us when we walk through those doors? Every dude in there is on the phone with his wife the whole time. Hey, they don't have bread. Aisle 1. I mean, I'll check, but I doubt it. I don't think that's... Hey, it's me again. Yeah, they don't have 2% non-dairy free-range milk. I don't know what you want. Just milk. Okay, I'll check, but I doubt it. Hey, it's me again. They don't have just milk, but they have Borden's. Well, I didn't know what the brand. Say that next time. Over here looking for just milk. Dumb. This is what my wife did to me. Like, I have an Android phone. My wife gave me her old iPhone so we can FaceTime at the grocery store. That's where I'm at in my life now. I look like a complete fool grocery shopping. When I get there, I'm like, okay, baby, I'm here. Let's go. You do this. You just tell me when to stop. You just tell me what you want. I'm just gonna go. You just say stop, I'm gonna go. You just what? Where? Down, where? Point down it, point at it. Point where? Here? Here. Well, then you come next time. That's my life now. And ladies, don't not answer your phone. We're screwed if you don't answer the phone. I'm not going home with the wrong shit again. I've made that mistake. I'll wait. I'll wait it out. I'm like Tom Hanks in Castaway. I don't give a shit. I'll just wait it out, grow a beard, pitch a tent, hanging out in the fruit section, drawing faces on cantaloupes. And I hope she calls, Wilson. I'm not going back without her shit, though. I'm not doing that. Because I bought the wrong thing one time. I bought those generic tampons. Those Equate tampons. Oh! I didn't know they were made of asbestos. I had no idea.
again with the damn microphones. My buddy, my pal, joining me on the show, Mike Lebischak. Mike, what's up, homie?
Sup?
Just technical problems as usual.
As usual.
The mic is off. Look, everybody's like, here we go again. I did a whole 10 minutes with no microphone on, and then I had Kid from Kid and Play on. His microphone didn't work. It's just there's too much shit to do with this show, Mike, but it's just too fun. Yeah, it's low rent. What you gonna do?
Low rent bullshit.
I see you guys.
Who's Jen Pereira?
She used to work at ESPN. Yeah, you do. You know Jen. She was on the promo team at ESPN.
Okay.
You know, dude. What you been up to, homie?
Living, working, and living.
Yeah.
Wishing something newsworthy would happen. You know, things have just been too boring for too long in this country for 3 months now. So.
Do you wish something new would happen? Nothing exciting in the last week.
No. It's we're moving along. I think it's a good time to be in, and it's a good time for kids to see how things should work for a change.
Yeah, no doubt. That's interesting. You were one of the first people I thought about when all this started happening. You're like me. It's funny because you're in a biracial marriage and you have biracial kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in a biracial marriage or a mixed marriage, but I don't think most people consider a white guy and a Mexican chick biracial. They just look at it and go, "Oh, okay." Like it's almost like if you're a non-black person, you have to be with a black person for people to say, "Oh, that's an interracial couple."
So a black person has to be involved.
Yeah,
to make it interracial. I don't know. I think if you see a white person and an Asian, I think you tend to lean that way.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I mean, it's because you just don't see it as much. Like you wouldn't see an Asian guy and a white chick as much, so that would cause you to arch the eyebrow. But
Okay.
It is what it is, and you're right. You absolutely are. I mean, your kids would be absolutely biracial.
Yeah, but they nobody would count that. But you,
I would
absolutely. Donna says you would count it. Donna says, "Hey, Shock." Crystal wants to know, are you still in Baltimore? No, he's back, Crystal. He's been back.
Holy crap! How long ago was that? I've been. I was gone for 9 months in 2015.
Yeah.
So I've been back 7 times longer than I was gone.
Michael Tucker says, "Man, I miss Shock. He let me get away with murder on Sundays."
I have no idea who these people are.
He let me get away with murder on Sundays?
Michael
Maybe that was
Thurp?
Yeah. You let him get away with murder on Sundays, Shock?
You know what? Because I'm in the middle of my media personality washout tour 2020,
What
where
is that?
you guys are all dusting me off and bring me out. I think it's the third time I've appeared with you in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Between your old interview show and now the second time.
Yeah.
I'm on doing Wesling's deal tomorrow. I'm like, I don't know why you guys keep calling me. I'm doing absolutely nothing but going to work and coming home. I'm not sure what you guys have to offer, but I appreciate
the
you.
people love you. Oh my God. I had no idea this is who Michael Thurber was.
I don't know who he is.
Do you see it on the screen?
I'm looking at my phone.
How is this? It's OU Mike.
That's his name? Now we know.
Yeah.
Call the cops.
Michael Thurber is OU Mike. Had I known, I really would have banned him.
Can I tell you? He never jerked around with us that much.
We
were up too early.
He wasn't. He just got too racial on The Usual Suspects, and it was pretty bad. But I didn't know that was him. That's fucking OU Mike. Well, now I know who's been thumbs downing my videos. I get like 2 every day.
Yeah, I mean, no free clout, but I can remember in the early days when I lived here and I was listening to the Blitz, it seemed like he was always banned, and they would let him off just enough for one call and then gone. Like Larry Bud Melman, he would come back for like one segment and then disappear for 6 months. You know?
That's exactly right. Well, you know what? That was the Suspects. I'm not going to ban OU Mike from Barry on Deck yet. As soon as he says something stupid that is offensive, he'll be gone. But until then, he's welcome.
You do that?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I can ban people.
Really?
Yeah, I can ban them from YouTube where they're not allowed to look at the channel anymore. I can ban them from the website. Absolutely, I could do all that.
That's funny. Well, now we know his name.
In fact, if I go to the chat, there's a real simple right click on the name and just put ban or block, and they won't see your channel anymore. So yeah, but I have a feeling like Mike tried to apologize several times, and I was like, nope, I don't want to hear it.
That's good.
So
you should have him on. You should have him on for an hour.
Why?
I want to see him.
Oh my God, are you fucking crazy?
I think he'd probably come on with like a Rey Mysterio mask or something like that.
I would like. We should Google.
Digitize him like a federal witness or something where you can't actually see him, or Darth Vader's voice or something.
So I Google Michael Thurber, and it says Michael Thurber is an American composer. Listen, there's no way Mike knows how to he can't even read, much less read music. What are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, I like that. Well, Chopin was blind, so he couldn't read either. So
Mozart was
Beethoven was deaf.
Beethoven was deaf, yeah.
As far as I know, Mozart had everything going.
I heard he liked kids. No, that's just just spreading rumors about dead artists. I heard he liked to diddle kids.
Here we are.
Mozart? Yep, that's what I heard. Wasn't he a kid? Here. I mean, when in Rome.
He's not here to defend himself.
That's not how it works. Just starts making up rumors about people.
About dead people?
Yeah, why not, right?
Sure.
Who else can we talk about? FDR. I heard he was into scat.
Helen Keller.
That's what I heard. Helen Keller.
He was into scat?
FDR. That's what I heard. He was into scat. Yeah, he was
talking about the same thing?
Yeah. Shit. He was into
like
shit
jazz
porn.
Scat? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Ella Fitzgerald, and I had a whole different rant I was about to go on about how people shouldn't scat anymore.
No, he wasn't into that kind of scat, Lebischak.
Guys, this segment's sponsored by Blue Waffle. What's going on here?
Oh my God. That's so funny, dude. I'm looking at this website. This can't be Mike. There's no way. The dude's kind of redneckish looking.
Did you have to agree to be 18 first to click into that?
No, I did not. But it doesn't look like, I don't know. I don't think that's our Mike. I don't believe that at all. We'll Google Michael Thurber. That's the first thing that pops up, composer. And he's not playing a banjo or the spoons or the wash tub or any of that shit. So I don't think that's the Michael Thurber that's Mike. I don't believe that's the case.
If you see his teeth, do you feel like you should yell Yahtzee? No?
I once heard a comedian one time diss somebody and say, bro, it looks like your teeth are rioting. It
looked like the New York skyline. It's not the Mets logo. It's Mike's high school graduation picture.
All right, Michael Thurber from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That sounds right.
He's Mike
from the nicer part of Oklahoma.
But this might be Mike.
Man,
because he's from Oklahoma. Man, that's weird.
That is.
Ooh, that's weird. Let's see. Does it say? Does it talk about being racist at all? I don't see it. Mike, I gotta know. Is this you? He said the fiddle is considered composing. Is this you, Mike? That's not you.
Say fiddle or diddle. What was that?
Yeah, I don't believe that's him. There's no way. This guy looks like he has his shit together. No way this is Mike.
He's probably a corporate lawyer or
no
something
way.
like that.
This guy doesn't look like his house is on wheels. None of this makes any sense to me whatsoever.
What if he's a character someone's playing? Like, what if it's been...
If it's AJ.
We're heel all these years or something like that,
Like Lance, like SEC guy. Mike is SEC guy.
Mike on a mobile.
What if it was like Rich Lord? Because he was so, he's just he's got to have
he has to be on every channel.
Yeah. He's just like, you know what I'm going to do? I don't know. I can't do my Mike. You know what? Hey, what's up, fellas? I don't know about these black people. What? Mike? He says yes. That's totally not him.
After catching so much shade on 97.5 for all these years, and it's actually been Rich Lord, that would be the long play of all long plays.
Wouldn't that be dope?
I'm here for it. I want that to be the case now.
My God. Are you shitting me? Would that not be the greatest thing ever?
Yeah.
Joshua Watt said, athletics, gentlemen. Remember that? when we were doing this in a sports, when we would do athletics. Athletics, gentlemen,
Yes.
shout out to when y'all filled in on Drive Time Show. Thank you, Joshua Watts. Thank you very much. That was good times back in the day. Do you miss?
know what?
Do you miss it, Shock? You just
Parts
miss
of it.
me. You miss me.
Parts of it, yeah. You and the
You're a
97
liar.
producers we had. I can remember the first time that you and I ever got asked to do the Blitz. It was like Christmas Eve, I think. And we were in the smaller studio back then. And I remember
with no
thinking,
AC on
man,
the
we're
weekends?
used to knocking 2 hours. How hard is 3 hours going to be? And I remember getting to the end of that first show and thinking, this is exhausting. Doing 3 hours. I mean, it flew by.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hell, I miss just hanging out and getting paid to talk shit with you guys. But the rest of it, I don't miss.
No.
No, the corporate part of it, no. I think stuff like you're doing, like Wesley's doing, like 98% of America that has a podcast right now. I think they're all. I think it's the way to go if you can swing it.
It's kind of like why I wanted to do, instead of just a normal podcast, I wanted to do a video and be more interactive with the chat and the video at the same time.
Oh, sure.
I really, because you're right, man. Everybody's doing something like this, and they should. They absolutely should. Like, I won't say who or what or whatever, but it was wonderful of them to even ask me and flattering. But somebody was like, "Hey, do you care if we go subscribe to Raheel and support him?" Hell no, I don't care.
No.
There's
I would.
there's plenty of. I mean, go support the people that you love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Support the people that you want to see make great content. And Raheel makes great content, and I would never ask anybody to be like, "Oh no, don't support them." I don't give a fuck if it's somebody on. If you want to go support, especially Nick and Joel, support their shows. If you want to support the Blitz and the Bench and all that, do all that. There's plenty of love to go around.
Sure.
There's
Whatever.
plenty of love to go around.
Whatever you want.
Everybody,
do whatever you want.
Just
I'll
all
tell
I ask
you.
is just don't not watch me. Even if you're not going to watch live, fuck, watch it later. I'm good with that.
I saw someone here say earlier that they turn off NC at 1:58. I'm like, why wait so long? Why wait so long? Let me tell you this, though. I think I was on episode 2, and I'm looking at the screen, and I'm blown away at the production value. You got a little mood lighting there in the background.
You like it? You like it?
You know, like Ollie's got a lady over or something.
Yeah.
And
well, he don't
everything
really.
everything you're doing with little graphics and all of the sponsors you have, man. I'm blown away. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, homie. It's a work in progress. It's too much work for one person, but not enough money for two people.
Labor of love, man.
Oh, it is right now. I'm having a blast, and you know me. If I'm having fun, I'll be into it. And so I just hope that continues. I don't want to get caught up in numbers and who's watching and not watching, and it's hard not to.
Well,
But it's just so much fun right now.
But that's the thing about art. If you look at it this way, is the key is to never worry about that. I mean, if it were me, and I've really tried to do that. Hell, I only did one episode, and then I was dumbfounded for anything else to talk about. But don't worry about the listens. I mean, sponsors can worry about that shit. But just like you do a painting, you make a record, you make a movie. I think you're best served to put it away, turn around, start working on the next one, man. Don't look back. Don't let those numbers concern you. Do what you like doing, and the rest will take care of itself.
Yeah, it's hard,
I don't know.
It's hard to say that, but it is absolutely a must in doing this. Is you can't get caught up in the day-to-day numbers, but you check. I mean, I'm human. What are you gonna do? My biggest fear is one day I sit down and I turn this to go live, and there's no one in the chat. There's just no one watching. That's literally every day my heart pounds because I don't know if there's going to be anybody there, and it freaks me out. But then when I see them, it's just invigorating. It gives me this energy.
Well, due to any kind of technical issues you may have, that may happen tomorrow.
Bro, I can't even get my fucking mic on. Would you watch?
5 minutes from now, you might look and we're all gone.
Now there is a way.
Thanos.
There is a way to turn on closed captioning, but I think you still have to be able to. If the mics aren't hot in the software, they're not going to close caption it. So, yeah,
that'd be funny, actually. Yeah. I'd like that.
Just do a whole show. Of
or
captioning.
a sign language person, like I'm in the corner here. That would be kind of funny if you had like a sign language person.
I did.
Even if they weren't real. Even if they're like giving the steel sign. Hit and run. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Like what? That's the sign of the cross.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that! Look at that, Mike.
Wow.
That's not. Are you a sweater? I sweat a lot. Look at that.
I am.
That's an hour and 20 minutes of a show.
You wear your own shirt every day?
No, jackass. You know me better than that. This is the first time I've worn this shirt on the show. But
but you have boxes of them.
No, I really don't. I printed 125 of these. That's it. I said 125 max. I printed 125. I kept a few for myself to give to people that support me. So I really didn't sell 125, but I only printed 125.
Let me tell you, I don't know who your manufacturer is, but that was a solid 2X. Good deal by you, man. That was no bullshit cheap-ass T-shirt that I didn't pay for anyway. But that was legit, solid 2X product, and good job by you. Everyone who got one. If you're not satisfied,
who, by the way, is going to be signing up to sponsor Barry on Deck soon.
If you are not satisfied with the T-shirt you got from Barry on Deck, then fuck you.
Bro, Donna's shirt fell apart. She washed it in the fucking bottom. The hem came unraveled.
Did she do it in the dishwasher? What did she wash it with?
She said that the hem came unraveled. And I was like, oh my God, Donna. And then I'm thinking, holy shit, what if they all do that? I'm dead. Like, I'm going to have to replace all these shirts.
No, mine's washed because I've worn it every day since I got it. So I've washed it every day.
Shut
I do.
your mouth.
Every day.
You're such a jerk. Donna said, here's $2 for a super chat. Buy some damn deodorant. Donna, I swear to you,
Here's your next sponsor. That's your next sponsor.
Y'all know I wear Secret.
Secret.
Yeah, I wear Secret because I smell like a woman, but I'm tough like a man. What's the phrase? Strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. That's what it is. But
legit, I've had times in my 20-something years of marriage where I ran out and I had to use the wife's Powder Fresh, and it was dominant. It was solid. It was a solid, but it was a good choice.
Secret is the shit, dude.
I wouldn't use it.
I ran out, and then I used it a couple times, and then I was like, yo, number one, I smell amazing just from putting it on. And number two, it actually works pretty well. But I'm a sweater, so it's not going to help. It's not going to help stop it from sweating, but I don't smell. And that's all you can ask for at this point.
What did they call those T-shirts they used to sell at Chess King? And I know you know who Chess King is.
Oh, fuck yeah.
The ones that you could like press your hand on it and it would hypercolor. Aren't you glad now as a 40-something-year-old man that they don't have that anymore?
No, I kind of have my own hypercolor, right?
Yeah, you do.
You put this in your underarm and it turns dark gray.
Yeah, man. Thank God we don't have to deal with that anymore.
You weren't a hypercolor guy? You didn't have any?
No. I bought a couple neckties. I make a suit from there back in the day, but nah.
What's your biggest fashion regret, Mike? What's your big where you look back and you go, "Ooh, I shouldn't have done that." And how old were you?
Some overalls.
2 weeks ago?
Bought. Yeah, no, some overalls that I bought when I was about 19. And
you regret overalls?
Yeah, I
know. Like redneck style overalls, or
no,
like
they were just normal. I guess people wore them. I had that on and a blue and white striped T-shirt. Looked like fucking Dennis the Menace.
Was this like cross colors era? Oh, okay, hold on. I got to read this super
Dude,
chat.
they were cross colors overalls, as a matter of fact.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. You know the rules. I got to read the super chat. Let me.
Oh, go for it.
White Magic, thank you for the super chat. That was very nice of you. And his chat was F the Blitz. They do this to me, dude. They'll send mean shit about the guys that I still love over at ESPN, and then I gotta read their super chat.
I think he's got that tattooed on his fist, probably.
Blitz?
Yeah. He puts the PL on one finger.
F-U-C-K-B-L-T-Z.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does not like them at all.
I would almost pay for him to get that done if he wanted to do that. I think let's start a GoFundMe for White Magic.
To get Fuck the Blitz on his knuckles? I like Fred and AJ too much, bro. I know, you guys, you and...
I haven't had any interaction with those guys since weeks before I left, so... You know, memories.
I don't know if you saw the John Wessling episode of last week. Boy, he went scorched earth, dude.
I didn't.
He went
but I
scorched
might have
earth.
to now.
And
I thought that was more. When you said that, I thought because of the times, it was more about racial injustice. I didn't know it was about the Blitz.
No, he went scorched earth on all every. I was like, it was very uncomfortable for me. You know, I'm a very middle of the road, ruffle no feathers. Everybody get along, burn no bridges. It was awkward as shit.
I got no bridges to worry about, so I'm good.
All right, back to the fashion. So your biggest fashion regret?
Cross colors overalls, and I remember distinctly walking along Light Street in Baltimore City at the harbor, and I got called Vanilla Ice by a bunch of dudes.
Bunch of black guys.
And I was with two black people hanging out, which was the best part. But
happened to me all the time. Did you have a big high top fade?
No, but I used to wear a lot of products, so it probably was spiked fairly high.
Okay.
I never had the high top fade. I could never swing that.
I did.
But the two dudes I was with, they kind of, took a couple
They were like, "Sorry,
way.
bro.
Like, yeah, we're not with him."
That made me so mad. Like, there's no. Billy D. Washington asked me this on the show, which I thought was profound. But he said, "Is there anything that would be offensive to you that would not also be offensive to me?" And man, I could not, as a white person, like, was there anything that would be offensive to me as a white person that would also not be offensive to him as a black person? And it was a profound question because I really couldn't think of anything. Because there's not even words like racially motivated or racially insensitive words that you would like cracker. Like that doesn't bother me, right?
No.
The one thing though, I guess my answer to Billy D 2 weeks later, because it was on a Monday or maybe a week later, but my answer would be if someone called me Vanilla Ice. That stings more than honky, than cracker, than any of that shit. Because that's what, when back in the day in high school, if somebody wanted to piss you off and
Vanilla Ice,
they would call you Vanilla Ice.
Yeah,
especially
for sure.
if you hung out with black people or you listen to rap music or whatever. Yeah, look, Underrated Mess says white bread. No, that doesn't bother me. Like, none of that bothers. There's no racial, because we haven't had the same experiences as black people in this country, so it's different.
No, it is. It's way different. And when you first said that question from Billy, immediately I'm thinking, man, I might have to write that question down and read it to understand what he was asking. But yeah, that one or Snow, Informer.
See, I don't know why. I swear to you, I woke up this morning singing Informer, and I have no idea why.
I don't know.
No idea why.
Your inner Canadian.
My inner Canadian Vanilla Ice is coming out.
Yeah.
That's all he was. He was the Molson. He was Molson Ice.
Hey, let me tell you something. I like that.
Thank you.
I was a callback, if you will, to just before the break, or the video you were playing during the break
the
about
alligator?
Having your wife on the phone at the supermarket. I was at HEB the other day, and this guy was on FaceTime with his wife, but it was almost like a Nextel. It was the loudest two-way call, and you and I feel the same way about people on speakerphone.
Fuck those people.
But this was golden because she's like, down, down, down. No, down. Okay, get two of them, not three, two. I said two, and this went on. I think I followed him unintentionally for like 3 aisles. Yeah, he's just showing her, and it's like his hand is coming in at the same time. Is that better?
See?
Yeah, it's real.
That's why it's like when I do the part about, well, then you come like where? Which side? Your left or my left? Like,
always
that
my left.
Shit is real.
Yeah, it's always her left.
Yeah, always.
There's no you in the equation.
Well, but if I'm looking at you, that's left, but then that's left, and yeah, it's fucking. That's why I think people relate to that joke, because I literally remember standing in the meat section when I thought of the idea for the joke on the phone with my wife, and I look over and I have to tell her to hold on because there's a dude on either side of me on the phone with their wives talking over me, and I'm like, hold on, babe, I can't no, there's these fucking guys that are talking to their wives, and I'm literally like, holy shit, we're fucking dumb. Like, we're all idiots.
Yeah. The only thing I run into issues is like buying medication for the kids, like allergy medicine and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm good. My thing is I'll get too many of something. Like if she's making chili and she'll get 3 cans of these, I'm always, well, you know what? She probably needs 5. So I'll always buy extra of shit. I mean, I get the right stuff, but I will buy more than is needed.
Do you?
Because I don't want to have to go back out.
My problem is if it's not like my text messages on my phone, it's literally nothing but, hey, what do you want to eat, or grocery list. You know, the occasional titty shot, I'll send her one. And she doesn't send them to me. I'll send her a titty shot every once in a while. But yeah, it's literally nothing but conversations about what I need to buy at the grocery store or what I need to bring home for food. That's it. I really feel like that's why texts were invented. That's all we talk about is food over text. If she doesn't put it in the list, I'm not getting it. I'll forget.
I don't think we 100%. Do that anymore. I think we're beyond that. I think once you hit 20 years, that you just know.
We're 21. I mean, my wife and I started dating in 1998.
Mm-hmm. But you haven't been married that long.
No, you've been married 21 years?
This year, we got married in 96, so actually 24 this year.
Wow. Congratulations, dude. That's fucking awesome.
We'll wait till August. Then congratulate me. Let's make sure we get there first.
Oh, hold on. Brandon Hannon has a good one as far as fashion you regret. He said I rocked corduroy pants in middle school.
Oh, middle school?
Not a good look. Yeah, Brandon, that's pretty bad. I remember corduroy. Corduroy came back. I actually had some about 7-8 years ago. I wore them like once. Then I was like, yeah. You know why I never wore corduroy? This is going to sound very insensitive. This sounds, yeah. Well, I had I'm trying to think about how to say this nicely. I had a teacher that was overweight.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else.
No. Her name was Miss Sinky. It was at Francone Elementary School. And Miss Sinky probably went about $4 bills. Miss Sinky's classroom was unlike any other classroom. Every other classroom, the desks were like, the aisles of an airplane. Like there was just enough room for a regular teacher to get down.
Like Larry David.
But in Miss Sinky's class, the fucking aisles were way wider. Because she was so big. And I remember I came home from school. Now, I'm 3rd grade. I came home from school one day and I told my mom, I said, I really think Miss Sinky is going to catch on fire. And she was like, why? I was like, because she wears pantyhose and her legs rub together and it sounds like my corduroy pants, Mom. Because it's just, and I'm really worried that her thighs are going to heat up and she's going to catch on fire. And that was about the time I knew I wanted to be a comedian. But I swear to God, Shock, and I would have nightmares about her thighs. Like her thighs were so loud. It literally, if you've ever,
I don't think I've ever heard that before. I don't think I've ever heard those words.
Oh my God, it was, and I just remember thinking, holy shit! It's ironic that her name is Miss Sinky, and she's never get her on a boat.
Nope.
That's 2 strikes.
Or let her wear Battleship Gray. That was an old Eddie Murphy line because you might have a 40 or 50 fleet guy try to board her. Did she have like fewer kids in her class because of the amount of room that she needed to navigate?
Yes.
Really?
Well, now see, and I'm not bragging here, but I was in Gifted and Talented.
Obs.
Which isn't smart, it's just creative, right? Like, so there was what did they call it? Not honors, but like there was the smart kids that would do like advanced shit. But then there were people that weren't necessarily smart. We were just considered more creative. Mm-hmm. And maybe like IQ wise, it was a little elevated, but not because we were smart. We were just creative. So I was in that program and she taught that. And so there weren't as many people in Gifted and Talented as like a regular, because she taught reading. That was back when they would just call it reading. They just kept the shit simple, right? So she was my reading teacher.
Okay.
In the Gifted and Talented. So there wasn't that many of us.
So you had to leave the class to go do that every now and then?
What?
Did you have to like leave your regular class to go to that class?
No. That was like my class. Like everybody had a reading class, but mine was just the Gifted and Talented reading class. So we would do more creative stuff than just sit there and read a book and do a book report. They would have other things for us to do. I don't know.
Okay. I don't think anybody watching this is surprised.
No, it made no, like, what was the benefit? I didn't even go to college. What did it help?
I'm telling you, you didn't need it, obviously, because here you are.
Here I am.
I thought
no
you were
job.
saying you didn't.
Here I am.
You...
Oh, that's what it was. K level. Damn, Dre's on it. He knows. He went to Cy-Fair ISD. Yeah, you had K level and then gifted and talented.
When I was in school, there were always 3 sections throughout elementary school, and I don't think it occurred to any of us until 4th or 5th grade that it was pretty much all the same kids, but we were always in the same classes. Like the same 20 kids were in the same 20.
Yeah.
The same 20 kids from the woods were in this class. And it didn't really occur to us till elementary school was almost over that they had segregated the classes according to
your ability
I
to learn.
I don't want to say intelligence, your ability. That's even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, and now I don't think they do that anymore, for better or for worse.
You don't? So your kids?
I think they make a point of not doing it because they don't want to have kids feel they're labeled in that regard. You know, because you do figure it out. You do figure it out. You know, like I said, we're 3rd or 4th grade, and we had kind of figured out, hey, why are all of us always together? Those kids are always together.
So were you? Which group were you with? Were they like wearing helmets or what?
No.
You're like, why am I with all these fucking kids with helmets on? What is?
But we always did have to hold a rope together going down the hallway, so none of us would wander. But no, I mean, I guess we didn't have K level, we didn't have GTA or gifted and talented. It was just, you just were with the kids you were with, and it was that simple. We all could read really quick. Most of us went to a grade higher for reading.
Oh, okay.
And I'll tell you, 5th grade when I saw cursive for the first time, that scared the shit out of me.
Really?
Because, 3rd or 4th grade, we weren't writing cursive. You're still, this is the 70s, but you weren't writing in cursive yet. It was public school. And I went to 5th grade and almost had a nervous breakdown because everything was in cursive all of a sudden. And I'm like, you didn't prepare me for this.
What is this? This looks like the Constitution. Do I have to write everything now with a quill? And what the fuck is going on?
Exactly.
And what's crazy is now cursive is done. They don't teach it anymore. It's all print, right? Like they don't teach cursive.
You're exactly right.
Why?
Our homeschoolers, the younger two, they do have that as part of their curriculum. They don't in public school, but
cursive.
Yeah, they're learning cursive.
Why
in
aren't
homeschool.
they teaching cursive? I don't understand that.
I mean, fuck knows. You can't sign a mortgage without being able to write in cursive.
Yeah.
Nothing is official until it's...
It's not a signature unless it's in cursive, right? Can you print your name and it counts as a signature? Yeah, I'm saying that's a law. If it's not, it should be. We don't live in a communist country. Sign in cursive.
Next time I get my license renewed, I'm going to print it and see what happens. I knew someone who...
do it in Morse code. Well, fuck. If I can print it, I might as well just dash, dot, dot, dash, the dash, dot, the dot, dot, dash.
I'm down with it. Or figure out what it looks like in sign language.
Hieroglyphics.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It would be.
Yeah. It would.
Or backwards. Shock. Whatever it ends will be a lightning bolt, right?
Yeah. Well, I know someone who almost had their license renewed and they put a smiley face at the end of their signature. And at the last second, someone noticed it and like, oh, you can't do that.
Ooh, that would have been good.
I guess.
I was trying to think. We got way off track, but my biggest fashion regret would probably be Jordache jeans with penny loafers in like the 5th grade.
And that was my brother.
There's a picture of me wearing a Michael Jackson t-shirt with Jordache jeans that are high water because, MJ had the high waters with penny loafers and a spiked wristband holding a poodle.
Were you looking for a dance
bangs
fight?
With a dance fight. Fuck yeah, I was looking for a dance fight. You didn't want this. I was the worst break dancer. Oh, I thought I was so good. I was fucking off. I had like 2 moves. I was the guy, like, same thing in basketball. I never practiced enough. So, like, I couldn't go to my left. I had no left hand. It was all right-handed dribbling, and that was it. Same thing in breakdancing. I had like 3 moves.
Left-handed.
I could bring it down. I could bring it back. I could send it down the body, and then I could fucking windmill. That's it. Oh, and moonwalk. That was it. That literally tapped out my breakdancing abilities. But you'd have thought that I was fucking... I don't know. What's somebody from Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo or some shit? Turbo. Yeah.
Turbo.
I was not good, but I thought I was.
We had these dudes who rolled around my school with linoleum rolled up like they were fucking Mike Brady in Hawaii with his sketches strapped to his back. And they were like ready. In case anything ever broke out, they were prepared.
What?
Absolutely.
Always?
It was always fast forward, and a pager. It was a pager in your linoleum in case you got paged that there was a breakdance battle about to go down.
Hey, yo, get down here. Bring the linoleum. Did you break dance? Were you a break dancer?
No.
Because you look like you were in a boy band. I've seen pictures of you.
I made more fun of people.
Oh, that was your thing?
Yeah, I was more. I was commentary. Like my life was just an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3K where I just sat there just cracking people.
Would you like roast on them? And did you get in a lot of fights because of that, or what?
I never got in one fight because of that.
Have you ever been in a fight?
Never had to. I mean, look at me.
You are a big dude now. You're very intimidating, and ugly. You've never been in a fight in your life?
No.
What?
No.
Wow.
Never needed to.
Never even like a shoving match?
You know what? A buddy of mine, my roommate from school, we were at a bar once. This is right after I got married, and he was drunk and got in a fight. And I lost my wedding ring in that fight, just trying to keep him off. We had just gotten married, maybe 2 months. It was like 2 sizes too big. It fell off in the middle of this fight. And I was more of the pull apart guy. I wasn't actually a competitor, but no, I've never had to, man. I don't bring that kind of attention to myself.
That's true. Have you ever had anybody want to fight you and you just walked away, or that's never a thing either?
There was one dude in high school. I think his name was Douglas, and he went by Douglas. And he tried to pick a fight with me, but then was going to have his big brother show up instead.
Oh, what a puss!
Yeah,
I had my sister beat up somebody once. Should I not have said that out loud?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. You might lose sponsors after that one.
BeerChronicle.com's like, yeah, we don't sponsor pussies, bro. Everybody just pulled hemp beat is like CBD's for men, bro. Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? NFL Draft Lounge? Nope. Nope.
Tampax is on line 1, though. They would love to speak to you. They want to talk to you immediately. Who said starter jackets? Those weren't a faux pas.
Yeah,
if you had the right one. If you had the right one. And where I was, it was the gray Hoya jacket and the teal Hornets jacket.
Down here it was Dallas Cowboys starter jacket.
What do you expect?
I mean, that was just a must. Everybody had everybody had a Dallas Cowboys starter jacket. My last fight was in '94. Good for you, Sergio. Way to grow up and be an adult. Yeah, did you win? That's the question,
Did you win?
Jorge said, I knew it, Barry. Knew what? Did I have my sister beat somebody up?
Or that he wore cords.
Listen.
Or that he wore cords. You had cross colors, right?
Oh, my God. That's what I was going to tell
did.
you. You said you had the cross colors overalls.
I
had the overall shorts. Remember those?
Oh, yeah.
I had so many cross colors, dude. I had the overall shorts. I had the T-shirts. I had cross-color shoes. I had cross-color pants. The red ones, the green ones. I had the medallions. I had a hat. Bro, I was so cross-colors. It was insane. And then always with the red Elise. Always with the red Elise. That was really popular back in the day.
My little brother was more into that. He was as fashion-forward as he could. He was about Diodoras, and he put nickels in his penny loafers, which I thought was a little showy.
Somebody lives in the rich neighborhood. Oh, exactly. Nickels in your penny loafers. Excuse me, Richie Rich. My bad.
Pretty sure he used to shine them too, just so they would, so they would really glimmer. But no, I mean, the first paycheck that I ever got, the first thing I bought was a pair of Doc Marten boots as soon as I could afford them. 1987, $120, shot to hell.
Yep. I used to work at Journeys, bro. I had like 9 or 10 pair of Doc Martens, man. Loved those things.
Still love them.
They hold up. Dude, they hold up. Over all these years, they still hold up. All right, do you want to hear the story about my sister beating somebody up for me?
I do. I would love to.
So, I was on the bus. I can't believe I'm telling this fucking story.
Rap it. I want you to rap it, though.
No, I'm not going to rap it.
My name is Barry. And
my name is Barry, and I'm here to say this is the time I got my ass whooped. Hey? No. I was on the bus. This is so fucked up. And this chick was picking on me.
A chick?
Yes.
You're trying to make yourself out to be sympathetic in this story already. I can tell.
No, this is God's honest, true story. This chick kept fucking with me. She was bullying me. I was getting bullied by a female in like the 1st or 2nd grade. I was a twerp. I wasn't a big dude. I mean, I'm just fat now, but I've never been a big guy.
Right.
And I was tiny in elementary, junior high, and even high school compared to everybody else. But I was getting picked on by this girl, and she made me cry. So I get off the bus, and the bus behind us was the junior high bus, which was my sister's bus. So I get off the bus, and I'm crying, and my sister sees me, and she goes, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Man, I was getting picked on the bus." And of course, my sister is like, "What was his name?" And I was like, it was a she. She was like, "Hold up, what?" I was like, "Yeah, this chick won't leave me alone." And so I tell her name. Well, she knows the girl's sister. So she says, tomorrow on the bus, tell her I'm going to beat her ass and her sister's ass. So I'm at the bus stop the next day, and the sister shows up with the chick that was picking on me. So I got 2 chicks fucking with me and picking on me.
Right.
So they made me cry. I run home and go get my sister, because her bus came later. I run home and I tell my sister, Angie, they're at the bus stop. Right? And I'm freaking out. My sister's like, "Oh, no. I don't think so." So my sister walks down to the bus stop, doesn't say, now this is how we were taught to fight. Well, she was, I didn't learn how to fight until later. But she walks straight up to that girl, the older one, and goes, "Are you picking on my brother?" And the girl goes, "Yeah," and kicked her right in the puss. My sister just hauled off and kicked her dead off in the puss, and she fell over and started crying, and she looked at the little one, and she said, "You're next if you don't stop fucking with my brother." And that little girl started crying and ran home, and my sister went back to the house and waited on her bus, and they never fucked with me again. And of course, I'm standing over the girl that got kicked in the puss like, "Yeah, bitch, what's up? You want something?" Like, "Oh, shit. Oh, don't. She's getting up, Angie. She's getting up." Bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So was she bigger than you?
So I didn't fight. I was fight adjacent. She was bigger than me.
I was going to say it was like fighting the Gross sisters from the
Everybody
Proud Family, where there's like 3 of them and they're navy blue and they're just like...
Everybody was bigger than me, Shock. Everybody. Like,
man.
The little girl that was in my grade was bigger than me. The sister was bigger than me. I'm telling you, I was tiny, dude. I was tiny, so...
Well,
yeah,
I commend you having the platform that you have now, that you're not calling them out by name.
I don't even remember.
But it may be the best because they're probably still bigger than you, and they could probably find you.
They probably are, but I don't remember their names anymore. I don't remember. What's sad is I don't remember many people's names from my childhood. Do you? I mean, I remember my best friends, Jeff Leach and Jimmy George. And Jimmy's story not so good. He's a sheriff that ended up being corrupt, and I think he's in jail now. So there's that. But I don't remember a lot of people from my childhood, or at least their names. I remember stories about them, but I don't remember names. Do you?
My thing is that I think it's more of a curse, is that I don't forget, except for the people on the chat, obviously. I don't forget names and faces. Like, there are people from kindergarten that I would remember if I only knew them for a year. I don't forget names. I don't forget faces. And it's bad because not everyone, almost no one, has that curse except for me, because you're like, "Hey, who are you?"
Oh,
and this is pertaining.
Yeah, I'm so bad with names. I remember faces usually, but I'm so bad with names that I even, like, this when we would do radio, is we would be talking about a player, and then I would be like, I would start questioning myself: do I have the name right? Is this name right? I would have to have it in front of me so I could say. Even today when I was breaking down UFC, Felicia Spencer, for some reason I didn't trust that I knew her name. And so I'm like, fuck, I have to scramble to find her name. It's so bad. It's a mental thing. I'm a fucking idiot.
It's worse with people that, it's worse with people that you know. You know what? This still happens. It's kind of cool, I guess. I was working at Home Depot last year, and I was paging someone over the intercom, and someone recognized my voice.
Hunt?
I mean, literally, it was
Mike Hunt?
Yeah. Mike LaTorres, please come to Lumber.
Your wood is ready, Mike LaTorres. Your wood is ready.
Exactly. And I'll page people through over the course of an hour, and someone recognized my voice, which is the weirdest thing. And they finally figured out, like, did you ever? I'm like, yeah. Why? This is creepy. Why? And they explained why. And I still don't know who the hell they were. And I felt bad because they're like, yeah, used to follow you on Twitter and used to listen to you back in the day. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you.
Who unfollowed you?
Who unfollowed me? Exactly.
Why the fuck? So just because you're on radio, now all of a sudden you're not interesting anymore? Is that what it is? Because your MLB takes, which it's 350. We didn't even fucking get to MLB. Dude, that flew by. But like your sports takes, your in general, your takes are good. Like, first of all, tell everybody what your Twitter is if they're not following you.
At Shizak with 3 Z's.
So yeah, way to make it real fucking easy for people to follow you, Shock.
Yeah, well, the Shock is taken.
At Shizak with 3 Z's. Because his tweets will put you to sleep.
Can I tell you, I don't like being one of those people that when you have to give them your Twitter handle, you have to go, it's whatever it is with a whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, with a J.
Bro, I have to do that with Barry. I'm like, it's Barry is funny, but with an A, not an E. Because if you spell Barry with an E, you're an asshole. I literally have to tell people, don't spell Barry, B-E-R-R-Y.
Like Barry Gordy.
Is that how he spells it, B-E? Well, he's an asshole.
Yeah, it's true. But man, you know what? I haven't tweeted that much in like 3 weeks.
But I saw you going off about baseball, which I wanted to talk to you about. So
was I going off?
Minutes. I mean, you were blaming the owners.
Well, here's the thing. They keep coming back with more proposals in the exact same thing. They want to prorate 75% no matter what. The newest proposal today, it's the exact same thing. They just want to play fewer and fewer games. They could have the power to be on the field in weeks, have the platform to themselves.
Well, let me ask you this. You're on the side of the players, right? You believe that the players are right in all this, what they're asking for, what they're demanding.
What they want is an exact proration of how many games they're playing. That's what they want. If they want to play half the season, get paid half the salary, which makes some sense to me. The last 3 proposals the owners have given have come out to the exact same number, 77% prorate each and every time. The one that came out 2 hours ago, it's the exact same numbers. They just worded it differently.
Well, they're offering more in playoffs. They doubled the playoff bonus from $200 million to $400 million. Well, I mean, not everybody, but there will be people in the playoffs. So they're offering a bigger pool of money for the teams that make the playoffs. My thing is this: you can't. If you run a business and the people that buy your products stop buying your products, your employees can't just expect, oh, hey, the sales and the revenue's not there, but we should get, even though we're only working 4 days a week, our salary should be the same, but only for 4 days. Everybody's going to take cuts. That's a fact. So we can argue whether the owners were accurate in their statement, but they said that they would be losing $640 million per game with no fans. So every game they talked about parking revenue, they talked about food, they talked about all the different revenue streams, $640 million per game that's spread across baseball. The players can't just say, hey, pay us our full salary, but only pay us for 81 games. If the revenue's not there, if the owners are losing money,
sure,
you have to lose money. And that's the problem with the players. That's why I'm team owners on this. You can't. I lost my fucking job because of this. I had to take a pay cut before I lost my job because of this. I couldn't go to David Gow and be like, oh, look, I'm only going to do an hour and a half, so just pay me based off of that.
He was like, no, anyway.
It's true. But it was 15% cut across the board. The revenue's not there. If the fucking owners aren't making money, why should they have to pay the same amount, but just, okay, we're only going to pay you for 81. It doesn't work like that. That's not how the economy works.
Well, but if they do have a postseason, I've seen that's $1 billion right there. I don't know where that number comes from, but I mean, hell, the Yankees make 150 just in TV revenue alone.
Yeah.
So, the money isn't just in ticket sales, and a lot of these teams don't even own the stadium that they're in. That's not the case in every situation. These owners have gone out and they've mismanaged this game for a long time. They haven't marketed their players in a long time. Hell, the commissioner blamed Mike Trout for his own lack of marketing last year. You have a unique opportunity. Let's say they did have a 60-game season. It would be a friggin' demolition derby for 2 months where every game matters. How many games you watched in May? We're like, if I don't watch this, big deal.
I get it. But with no revenue other than the TV contracts,
Sure.
How can you be expected if their revenue dips by, let's just say,
You don't think ratings will be through the roof when that comes back?
but that's not going to change the TV contract. They don't pay based off of that. That's going to be on the next negotiated contract. But
I'm
right
not
now,
putting this on
the
the
revenue
players'
is the
sake.
revenue.
The
So
players agreed in good faith in March to a prorate, and the owners have cut it every single time
because
they
they
come
expected fans to be there, Shock. That's
back.
the
No,
problem.
they didn't.
Sure.
Nobody expected fans in March
They
to
thought
be
we were
back
going to be back to normal. Everybody was
Nobody
like, "Oh,
thought
July,
so.
everything's back to normal," and now they realize they're going to have to play without fans. That makes a difference.
Owners have made their bed, and if they're going to go a season without playing the game, that's on the owners. That's just how I believe, and you're not going to talk me out of it.
This fucking chat message: Barry and Shock on opposite sides of MLB. They should fight. Don't call your sister Barry. Mike, I'm calling my sister. If you don't agree with me, she's gonna kick you in the puss.
What's her name?
Angie. Angie's gonna kick you dead off in the puss, Mike.
I think she unfollowed me.
She did? Yeah.
After
Well, you don't have anything relevant to say. Apparently,
I
if you're not on the radio, but you were and you were good at it, your sports takes suffer.
What have
a
we even
weird-
talked about for an hour, honestly?
Bro, this was the most game day show that we could have done. This
Did we
is
talk about
exactly
food?
how Sundays, no, but this is exactly how Sundays would go. We
Yeah.
would fire up the mic and then we'd look up and go, but we didn't do anything. But it was fun.
I've told folks that we would get to the last segment in football season and give our picks, and it would occur to me, we haven't talked about any of these games for 3 hours.
No.
Not even. We talked about big wheels for an hour for grown-ups. We had a dude on that we did an interview, and it took an hour.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But this was perfect. And I even asked you, I was like, "Hey, did you put any topics?" You were like, "No, I'm not doing show prep." Which is, we never did show prep to begin with. God, I missed this.
Did.
Okay, you kind of did, dude. This was a lot of fun. One more time, tell people how they can find you, please.
At Shizzok, SHIZZZOCK on Twitter, and that's really all I have going on right now.
SHIZZZOCK on Twitter. You don't have you have a really good Instagram. What is it? You take really good pictures, bro.
It's the same thing, and I haven't posted a new picture. It just occurred to me yesterday. I haven't posted a new picture in probably 2 months, so I've decided to put my passport picture up from when I was 8 months old.
Was that your holy shit? Was that you?
That was me. Yeah, I was born in Germany, so when I was 8 months old, and my dad was getting restationed back here. I had to have a passport, so that was my. It looks like if a little white baby was the emperor of China, that's what he would have looked like.
Go follow him on Instagram. You got to see it. Buddy, I appreciate you getting a call from the bully and coming in on short notice. Yeah, thank you. Well, that's not a good sign. You can't do that.
Yeah. Well, if you're on Team Italy in the
This was a lot of fun, dude. I wish we would have done more sports. Look, no, the real white magic. This is not his Instagram shizcock. Nope.
Nope.
There's no. That's one too many C's. It's Shizak white magic, not shizcock.
Nope.
Mike, I appreciate you, buddy.
Anytime, man.
Guys, that is Mike Lebischak joining me once again. Always appreciated. Always a good time. He's the best. Oh shit! I just unplugged my damn headphones. Well, that's it. That is another episode of Barry on Deck in the books. Let me see if this works now. I was having technical issues. There we go. Now it's working. I don't even know which camera it is. It's that one. Hey, tomorrow on the show, I've got a very special guest joining me. Quentin Dimps, former Houston Texan, is going to be on the program, joining me in hour number 2 at 3 o'clock. We're going to talk about the NFL. We're going to talk about what's going on. Does he believe Roger Goodell? Does he believe the owners? Is this too little too late? Find out from an NFL player and get his thoughts on it. We'll talk music. If you guys saw the live chat that I did with Quentin Dennis, man, he's a cool dude. He's really chill. He's got a lot of opinions on a lot of different things. I think you're going to enjoy it. Plus, I've got more videos. We're going to talk Elmer Fudd is a puss now. We'll get to that. But yeah, Q Dimps, Chris Householder, it's going to be a blast. Hey, do me a favor, if you don't mind. If you haven't subscribed already to the channel, go ahead and click subscribe and then turn on notifications. It'll let you know when I go live. And do me one more favor, please. Tell a friend. Just go say, hey, there's this dummy and he does a show. You might laugh a little. Go check it out. YouTube.com/barryisfunny. Guys, I love you so much. Thank you to all the deckheads for all the love and support that you've given me and continue to give me. Take care, be safe, love one another, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.